As our last lesson about gears, I want to introduce you to one last gear system. So before that, we'll quickly review. We've already learned about this gear drive system where they lie flat against each other and the teeth interlock and they move by rotating one of them as a driver gear. And then we've also learned about chain drive systems that involve two gears with a chain surrounding them and linking them so that they can transfer and move force together. Okay. Now, the last gear drive system I would like to introduce is a 90-degree gear drive system. So you will have a document on Google Classroom, and in this video, I will provide you answers to the notes in the document. So first of all, looking at this gear drive system, what makes it so special compared to what we have learned about before? So it's in the name, it's called a 90 degree. So what 90 degrees is essentially like the angle, so the degrees for angles, the angle of a corner. So think of the corner of a square, that is 90 degrees. And on the shoebox, I have put two gears at a 90-degree angle, one lying flat on top and one lying flat against the side. Now, these gears, and an important part of gears that don't use a chain, is that the teeth, remember, have to interlock or touch each other. Okay. And then what happens is that I can rotate one gear and rotate the other as they are touching over this corner. So I've attached a little snowman here and I will use him to rotate and demonstrate to you how the 90-degree gear system works. So you can see it spin right now. Okay, so one of the big advantages to this is that it can go over corners. Unlike this one, which just this gear drive system, which just lays flat. So in tight spaces, such as clocks or other things, this could be useful because it can bend over corners and take up less space than other gear systems. So instead of taking a whole wall and being flat, it could go around corners and be very maneuverable, meaning that you can adjust it to different kinds of spaces. Okay. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about is where do you think you would see these kinds of gears in real life? Okay. So I'll kind of give one silly hint. For example, if I put something at the top, this is not exactly the best model, but it will resemble something. So where have you seen where you would, maybe you'll see like a toy spinning around on top of a stage and have some nice twinkling in the background? Okay. So if that's enough hints, what I'm trying to get at is sometimes those music boxes you see will actually work with a gear where the dancer will be standing on top of some kind of 90-degree gear, where they're standing atop a gear and then it's actually being controlled by at the side with a crank. And then another place you may see it, and I'll put up a picture on the screen, is old-fashioned egg beaters. So these egg beaters are made out of metal, and then you can hold it and crank it. Those usually involve 90-degree gear systems. So that was just a short overview, but that is the last gear system that we will be learning about. We will move on to the next simple machine next week. Okay, bye-bye.